So Audrey, you are an independent musician and composer. You're based in New Hampshire. And how long have you been in the music business?
Well, I graduated in college in '96. I was a vocal major in college. And I started performing professionally about 2 or 3 years later with the guitar and songwriting.
So what's your favorite thing to do?
Play my guitar, write songs.
What are your sort of favorite venues to perform in?
I really enjoy playing in the smaller venues where people are coming to listen to the music. They know there's a concert, they've paid a ticket price, an entry, or donating, and they're there to listen to and experience what is happening with the performer.
When you say kind of places you enjoy, you mean like listening rooms, places where you feel you're being listened to?
Exactly. And not just listening to, but I'm experiencing something with the audience. And there's an energy flow back and forth that makes the show. It's not just the music, just that there's someone playing there.
So that brings me to a question I was going to ask you, and you've partially answered that already. I was going to say, why live music? Because in this day and age, we have amazing technology, and we're plugged in all the time to iPods and iPads and our phones, and, you know, we could just listen to music, really great music all the time. So why would you say there's any point, really, in coming out and paying a ticket price and coming to a venue and listening to live music?
I think that everyone has heard, reports or people talking about how technology affects our lives, and it is a wonderful tool. There's no doubt about it. But it also causes a certain amount of isolation. And I think that, sure, you could listen to it at home. You could listen to it in a car by yourself or maybe with a couple of people, but you don't experience the magic of performance, of the passion that someone's feeling and the energy they're giving off, unless you're in the room with them. And that's the same for me as a performer. I don't have that same kind of experience unless we're having a conversation while I'm playing.
I'd love to discuss the process that you go through to write an original song. So which one would you like us to choose to talk about?
I think Soul to Keep would be a good one to start. That's the title of my CD.
So tell me the process that you went through to write that song.
That particular song meant an awful lot to me. It was a time in my life where I was miserable working at a 40, 50-hour-a-week job. And my husband sat me down and said, it's time to quit, move on. So on March 8th of 2008, I wrote Soul to Keep, and that was the day that I left that job.
So are you saying that you sat down and wrote Soul to Keep in one?
Oh, well, yes. Most of my songs I write in about 10 or 15 minutes. There's a crazy inspiration I feel a couple of days ahead, like a sort of churning in my stomach. And I know something's happening, and it's coming. And then when I pick up my guitar, usually it's a solid song, and it's done. And Soul to Keep was like that. Yes. The transition was a huge experience, and it just allowed me to open up to write this song. And Soul to Keep isn't about the transition. It's about my life. It's about where I grew up and what my family was like and how challenging it was with 7 kids on a farm in New Hampshire. So that's the song, and that's what came out, and it was waiting. It was waiting to have that opening to come out. Books before bed, and if we were lucky in love, we'd get a kiss on the head. Times were hard, worried myself to sleep. Would it be alright? key. I was just a little girl, short brown hair, blue eyes and a smile that made people stare. Never could see over the shadows of them, but they'd hear my voice, they'd forget when. Times were hard, worried myself to sleep. Would it be alright? Pray my soul to keep, pray my soul to keep. Will I find her hiding beneath the covers in bed, trying not to hear the fighting and the tears, praying to God for some peace instead. Times are hard.
Audrey, thank you so much for coming on to the interview today. Tell us where we can buy your CDs, and tell us where we can see what your schedule is and your website and so on.
Okay, my website is audreydrake.com, and you can see my schedule, my full schedule there. You can buy the CD on iTunes, on my Facebook page, Audrey Drake. There's iTunes and CD Baby.
Thank you very much, Audrey Drake.